Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending where you're at when you're watching this video. My name is Lavinia and welcome. In today's video, I am going to be swatching a small portable watercolor set. I did a little haul at Hobby Lobby and I showed that I had gotten this little kit and that I was going to be doing a swatching of it. So I bought this, it was $9.99. And there was another one that had different colors, but I selected this one. The other ones had more of a metallic. I already took it out of the box, and I think I'm going to save this box because I thought it was just so cute. Might be able to use it for something else. But this is what it looks like, and I'll be opening it up and giving you more details and swatching it on this watercolor card. I just cut out a piece of watercolor paper. So the colors that it comes with are white, lemon yellow, brilliant yellow. Let's see. Then it has yellow ochre, light red, cerise, red ochre. Then it has brown, burnt sienna, violet, Prussian blue, ultramarine, olive green, gray, and deep black. Now I know some folks will say that white and black are not watercolors and don't use them. My thing is, if you want to go ahead and use it, use it. Don't, just because someone says don't use white or black or gray or whatnot, that they're not true watercolors. You know what, you try it out, test it out. If you like it, go ahead and use it. Like gouache is pretty much a kind of like a watercolor, but with more opaqueness. So that's really what the white and the black does. It just makes it more opaque. It doesn't mean that you can't use it. Now this is a student grade set. I can't compare it to artist quality because I don't have those. I was thinking of getting Daniel Smith, but I never did. And so this is just a swatch. This video is just an unboxing, a swatching, testing it out, just showing what this little palette is. And then if you decide that you want to get it, you get it. Otherwise, I just hope you enjoy the video. There are other brands that I've seen some other YouTubers swatch out. These are not going to be transparent colors. I already wanted to test it out, so I did it yesterday, and I just did a couple of little pumpkin here, and then just some abstract flowers, and I like it. Again, I use these watercolors that I have mostly in my sketchbooks. Once in a while I'll do a little painting, but it's really just for fun. It's not something that I'm selling, or I might do watercolor cards, which is different than selling a painting that is made of watercolor. Then yes, I probably would want to get an artist grade, but that's not my watercolor hobby. So just to show you, it does have magnets here on top to keep it closed, and it does stay closed. I like that. It also has magnets here on the side so that if you don't want to clip it to your sketchbook, you can do that as well, and it does stay. I mean, of course, if you shake it hard, it will come off, but if it's just here on a table, maybe if you're holding it in your hand, it would stay, I think. When I first showed the unboxing, my haul, I thought that these were little wells, but it's not. It's really just to keep it. Let me show you. So if I have here my sketchbook, and I have, maybe I want to clip it to my sketchbook. That's what this is for. It would just keep it clipped there. So if you're out in the field or whatnot and holding your sketchbook, it would just hold it there. It does have this little side palette. It does stain. It's not made of tile, but it's okay. I used it yesterday. I suppose if I were to spray it with alcohol, maybe it might come off, but this doesn't bother me. Maybe it might bother some other folks that it's not maybe a pure white, and when you go to mix colors, maybe you don't see it. But again, these are student grade watercolors. They have fillers. They're not going to be transparent like some other ones. But this is just a close-up of the wells. Nice wood, and again, the magnets do their job. and keeping it closed. I like that. So this is just a, turn on the light there. I do have 2 cups of water here, one to rinse my brush, one to have clean water as I do the swatching. Again, this is just watercolor paper that I cut out so that I can keep it with this. So once it dries, you know, I can go ahead, and I like that, you know, it will stay in there. So just to have my colors for when I use it. And I just used a Sharpie to draw in the lines or to mark the lines. So I have 15 here. And I have just a little flat brush, watercolor brush. So let's go ahead and get started in swatching this. So let me get my box here. Even though it's white, you know, we'll go ahead and still swatch that out just to have, there's a little bit of red in there, but I will try to keep away from it. Do it this way. So again, you don't necessarily, might not always use the white, but it's there if you wanted to make a more opaque color. I am not going to be swatching. Sometimes you see some videos where they swatch to see the how translucent a color is. Again, I know that these are not going to be that type of watercolor paints. So again, that's not the purpose of this video, to see what their transparency is. It's just to swatch them. I'm just swatching them so that I have them, so that when I use them, I know what the color is. And then I can always do a separate one if I wanted to mix the colors together. For example, there's only one green, but I could mix the different yellows, even the yellows with the brown, with some of the blues to get a different green. And the same thing with grays. I could probably mix maybe some of the browns with blues to get, and a little bit of red to get maybe a different purple to get like a shadow color. But anyway, so that's the white right here. Let me see if I can move this up. And so now the next one I'm going to swatch is lemon yellow, which would be this one here. I have a little bit of red in it, sorry folks, but so that's the brightest one. The next one is brilliant yellow. And so you can see that is brighter. Now the next one is yellow ochre, which is this one here. And these are more in the earth tone palette. The other one that again I had seen was $10.99, and there seemed to be more metallics like copper, rose gold. Now this one is a light red. And I did notice that this red has more of an orange tint. So it's not a true vibrant red, it's more of an orangey red. The next one is cerise. And this is sort of like a berry, which I do like that. Now the next one is red ochre, which is this one here. So it's just like the ochre, but I guess it does have like a little bit of red in it. But if I was going by what the box shows, sorry about the light there, that is a much deeper color, which is not that there. So just be aware of that. Let's see if I can move the light out of the way so that you can see. So again, that's the red ochre. The next one is brown. Now we have burnt sienna. And now we have violet. So that's a nice purple. And again, with the reds and the blues that I have, I can also make different purples. Now we have Prussian blue. Oops, let me a little bit up here so you can see. Now the next one is ultramarine. Let me get some more. And then olive green. So you can see these are more muted colors. And then we have gray. And then deep black. And there's various blacks in watercolor. There's lamp black, there's ivory black. I wouldn't use this black or any of the blacks that I have for shadows. I would make a mixture, maybe of blues and reds and browns, maybe some greens in there to get various shades of black for shadows. I think I'm going to go back and just add a little bit more. Maybe on one side, just to show how light it can be or how dark it can be. So that's the olive green, ultramarine, Prussian blue, and violet. Whoops, sorry, got the wrong one there. And just like if you're making a painting, if you make a mistake, just go ahead, add the water and take that off. There's the violet. The burnt sienna. And brown. And then this was the red ochre. Just want this to be a little bit not as wet. So this is the cerise. This is the light red. Oh, did I grab the right one? I think that was more of the cerise. Yeah, this light red definitely has more orange into it. And yellow ochre. This is brilliant yellow. And lemon yellow. That's the white. And let me just go back to the black. And then the gray. So here you go. So this is how they swatch out. Again, they have more fillers. They're student grade, so they're not going to be transparent. So just keep that in mind. And again, I know that going in buying this little kit that I expected that. I have other Hobby Lobby paints, so I expected. It's not that I would be surprised that they're not going to be transparent, but again, I did use them out in just doing a quick little painting here of a little pumpkin and some flowers. So I like them, and I do like the kit. So I do recommend that if you use it, go ahead and let it dry before closing it up. And again, here's a little palette. So let's say I wanted to, I don't know, maybe mix up, let's grab, perhaps this is my water brush. Maybe we could make a different green. Maybe we could use this yellow. That's the brilliant yellow, and maybe let's use this blue here. Grab a little bit more yellow. And I can make this green. It's like a bluish green. And let's say I had something on there. And so that'll be a different green. So you can definitely, just because there are 15 colors, you can definitely mix just like with any other watercolor. Again, you can see the graininess due to the fillers that are in there, but just be aware of that. You know, sometimes you might want that texture. If it's not, then this is not the paint set for you. And what I do is I just go ahead, you know, I'll wipe that up to clean it. I have a little spritzer bottle, so I can go ahead and spritz more of that water on there, and then just use that to clean it up. Again, this will stain, so just be aware of that. But if it's something that you're using like out in the field, I think this is cute, or maybe just something to bring to work for maybe on your break. I'd like to see how long these will last. I do have 2 paints that I can always go ahead and refill these if I needed to. But again, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. And that will close up like this, just to give you the dimensions, just so that you know it does have it on here. So it's 2 pieces. It's 2.9 by 2.9 by 0.42 inches. And in centimeters, it's 7.37 by 7.37 by 1.07 centimeters. And again, it comes in this cute little box. It does have the colors here in the back. Just keep in mind that to me, this red ochre does not really match up to what this is saying is red ochre. And the same thing with the light red. It's more of an orangey red. And I did mix the light red with one of the yellows, and I got a nice orange, which I used on the pumpkin. So again, these are the colors. Got it at Hobby Lobby. I like it. Does have the magnets that hold really well. You can use your bull clip to clip it to your sketchbook or watercolor book. And yeah, again, it was $9.99. And if you like it, just go ahead and let me know what you think of it, if you already have this or if you have another brand. And again, here is the swatch. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye.